have 40 families which are signed up. But like I mentioned to you, we need minimum 100 families to have the monument there.
Okay.
That's what. But we have 244 spaces in that lot.
So once we complete the first number, which is 100 numbers,
then we can put
that land will not be given to anybody else, like what happened to the other church.
Correct. Till
you know what I'm talking about, the one.
Yeah,
the church next to us.
we'll hold it till April, end of April.
Yeah, to make it 100 numbers.
Even if it's 100 numbers, but if you take the whole thing, then we can hold it for you. 244 spaces, then it will be exclusive. We won't be able to give it to anybody. But if you're buying like 100 or 150, we have to put in other people in there also, other families or other churches. But your stone will still be there. We'll have a monument for you there right in the front.
Okay, yes.
That's what we're doing with all the churches, because they don't make, the government is not.
That will be exclusive for Knanaya people only if you buy 240 full land.
Because that whole full land, yes.
If y'all hit a specific amount, let's say it's 220 spaces, we'll hold that off.
Yeah, that's a decent thing, you know.
Yeah, we'll hold it off to where it's only the church, but we have to get over 80% of that sold for me to lock that in. And then realistically, I look at a 2-year period is max. I would hold that for the church, which is plenty of time to.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. So my goal is honestly for you ought to take phase 2 completely. Phase 4, and then open up a phase 5 for yourself. And that again, we can lock in. I'll lock it in for so many months that we get that, because this church continues to grow. Okay, it grows, and there's more community members coming. I think in the last 5 years, y'all have added 22% more people. Is that about right?
At least more than that. Much more than that, actually.
So think of what the next 5 years is going to bring. So we're looking long term to be community partners with you. At the same time, we're looking at being able to do your funerals. We're looking at being able to do the open and closing of vaults and the property, and hopefully the monuments as well. We're one of the few places that allow you to go and do cemetery property and funeral trust. And there's a difference between those two. That funeral trust, I could sell it to any one of you, and you're paying an interest rate on it. That's it. And you can go and give it to anybody you want. If I sold you an insurance policy, you're paying a premium on it. So a $10,000 funeral plan, for example, is going to cost you about $16,000 with an insurance by the time you pay for it in 5 years, because you're paying those premiums. With the trust, you're paying just the interest. So it's very easy to see what you're spending, and the advantage is you can give it to someone. The society, the churches, they need to buy 1 or 2 funeral packages as well, just for the community. Same thing with property, because at the time of death, you pay full price. There's not discounts, and y'all get, what is it, a $4,700 discount on the funeral package, which is the largest of anything that we pay any group. But there's a reason why, is we have, over the last several years, the Indian community has come in, done a lot of business with us, and my boss sees that. He appreciates it, and he allows us to go do it. We have a lot of other places that do a lot of business with us. They don't get that same price. So one of the other things we have, and it's only going to be for that I can guarantee and promise, is we have a 36-month interest rebate. I can't tell you what the interest rate's going to be April 1st, because I have not a clue. But I can promise you, you get a 36-month interest rebate. That's already been approved by my vice president. So whether it's 2.9, 5.9, whatever it's going to be April 1st, you know, you have that we can lock into.
This is the May 1st, right?
Yeah, right now it's 2.9. So it may go to 5.9 starting. We don't know that. It's a management decision from the head office.
I'll know
Yeah,
at
hope
8
so.
a.m., April 1st.
Unfortunately, our community is still to come to terms about booking, a funeral spot in advance because of some kind of taboo involved in that. Okay, so that's why you might have seen the past few months from December till now, there were at least 10 or 12 funerals which had happened from our church alone, from our community alone. None of them had made a pre-booking, right? So that's the way our mindset works.
Yeah, that's what.
So the thing is, if you decide to give out the spots which which's been earmarked for our community, then the whole idea of community spot will vanish. So how do you try? I mean, if we can, we'll give you a minimum number, and then leave the rest for a couple of years where we can fill it up. What do you think about that?
If we're getting a good portion of your community coming in there, again, with the number that you have and the number that still needs to purchase, I see you're going to get the majority of the families we need to hold on to that, okay? Again, I'd say 200, and that leaves, what, 44 left? To me, that's a fair number for us to go both ways. If you're off by 2 or 3, we're negotiable, okay?
So what is the 200 number? When do you expect to have the 200 number?
No, what we talked about is 100.
100.
That's
Yeah,
for-
that's
that's
keeping the
monument.
monument.
Yes.
Yeah,
We are talking
Keeping
about
the entire phase for
Yeah.
Oh, it's 244 spaces.
244 spaces.
So
Yeah.
that 200 number, when do you expect to be filled?
I would hope by the end of this year. I mean, I want to be fair, but some people can afford to go do that today and some can't, okay? So we want to be fair with everybody, to give everybody a chance. Back one time, and I don't know if it'll ever happen again, we do 0% financing, okay? And then the next month maybe 5.9, the next month might be 5.9, the next month might be 2.9. I have no idea, that's up to our chief financial officer, and he doesn't call me up and tell me anything.
He doesn't listen to you.
No, they do listen, but they do not
So when it
always
comes to
do what I want to go do. And believe me, I work them real hard. And the thing they do, and they're very grateful for our Indian community because we do a ton of business with you. So as they go look at it, they're not just looking at the Indian community. They have to go look at our total company, what we're doing all across the country. We have places from Hawaii to California to Florida, Ohio, Dallas, you name it, we have them. So they're looking at the whole country when they do it. They're not looking at John Childers, okay?
Yeah, since you are dealing with the Indian community a lot, can you just break down like how much does it come per month for a spot?
So basically the
Just the land alone.
I'm giving you the
so
whole
that,
the scenario like
the numbers will be easy on us.
yeah. So the present scenario, what is happening is the promotion we are having for the churches, the Indian churches. The cemetery is 3,800 per space. Now people have the option of making it a double decker, like one on top of another. So you get a break half the price, which is the promotion now. It's 5,800. But what most families do is they take 2 spaces. The parents are on one side and the children on the other side, and they make it like a family ward with your family name and everything. So we are talking about four people can be buried in 2 spaces. So that's coming to about 11,300 something for the cemetery.
Okay, now,
Yeah.
the monthly,
The monthly will be around, how much is that?
The monthly will come around 185 if it is 5 years, 2.9.
for 4 people, or
For
4 people,
Four
right?
people.
Yeah.
So for one person,
95 probably, 95ish.
No.
I said 185.
That's
You
for
can
four,
divide-
right?
Yeah, divide
Divide by 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so our,
2 spaces is 90.
Well,
So if you're looking 2 spaces, one on
Yeah.
top of
One
the
on
other,
top
it's
of
different, 5825. 5,820.
You're talking about 4 now.
yeah.
Yeah.
This the number you're talking about, the 100 single or 100?
It doesn't matter, double.
100 spaces.
100 spaces. 100
Whether it's
spaces.
double or single, whatever.
Okay, so 100 spaces,
Yes, single spaces.
100 single spaces.
And the rest of the package also is on promotion. Like I said, if you buy the whole thing, you are secure for life. We are talking around under $15,000 for one person. So if a family, a husband and wife buys it, it's around 30,000. And this is locked in for life. You don't have to worry about anything. Your cemetery space is already there, your opening, closing and vault, and your funeral package. Guaranteed. You don't have to worry, just come with the contracts. Well, if you don't have this pre-need package, at that time, when you come at need, you're paying about 35,000. So you're wasting a lot of money. So it's always advisable to go for the pre-planning, buy the pre-need, you get all the financing, all these discounts. When you come at need, you don't get any of the discounts. You have no financing, you have to pay up front. So these are the things which a lot of families are not aware. And since I've come, we have got more than 2,000 families have already purchased from us, from all
Oh,
the
there is no, at need there is no financing option available?
Nothing.
Oh, there is nothing available. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
And
Okay.
this is one
So-
good reason for the society to be able to buy a couple of spaces, a couple of funeral plans, because there's just as many people under the age of 40 that pass away that's over the age of 40. And when that happens, a lot of times the family, it could be a car wreck, and the family's not financially prepared for something like that. So again, it's up to the community to help them out. And we want to use that. For example, you could go buy your own funeral plan, and somebody that has a 16-year-old gets killed in a car wreck, you could give that to them and buy another one. But it shouldn't be individuals that do it, it should be the society that does it.
So normally a lot of the churches are doing that now. The churches are taking initiative, but
Oh, okay.
in your case, the society can do that.
Yes.
Buy a few and keep it, and just give it to your community members at the time of need. So they don't have to pay double the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about actually now, if I have a space, I think that already I bought a space there. And you have the funeral package also, right?
Yes.
So is there any, if I have a space, if there is any discount or anything like that?
This is all discounted for all the churches. We have maximum, we have given about 15-20% discounts on everything. You will never get these prices anywhere else.
No, I am not talking about the land, I am talking about
Funeral, I'm talking about
The funeral plan has about a $4,700 discount to it. It's not because of your society, it's because of all the Indian communities that we have. That is why we've been able to put such a large discount on it. We looked at it a lot of different ways. Somebody smarter than me put an actuary, put together numbers, and they came up with what we could go put together for y'all. We did this several years ago, 3-4 years ago, and what we sell is not an insurance, but it's a trust. So that trust goes into the bank. We don't touch it. Texas is a 90-10 trust state. So when we sell you a funeral plan, we get 10% of that. That's it. 90% of that goes into that trust and it grows interest. With that interest being grown, that's how we keep up with inflation. And like I said, somebody that's smarter than I am that figured all this out knows how to keep up with the inflation with it. And every year we go up once a year on our price increases. It's usually going to be on caskets, vaults, things that manufacturers give us a price increase and we pass it on. And since the COVID days, they've all been pretty nominal. They might go up 3 to 4%, okay? In some cases, I think the highest one was 5%. We might have got that increase back in November. We don't pass it on until usually January or February. But that's what we have a chief financial officer for, is to keep up with those. Mostly, if you think about it, when people buy a funeral plan, they're not buying it to use tomorrow or next week or next month. Some cases they are, but it's less than 2%. Most of the time, it's for the future. So it's going 3, 5, 7 years out. We just looked at a funeral package that somebody wrote in 1970, and they paid $3,700 back in 1970. And the same thing today that they bought would have cost $13,000. So you can see it goes up. Funeral plans usually double in price around every 10 years. Okay? Cemetery property doubles in price around every 7 years. So both of those, locking it in today's prices, even paying interest on it, is a smart move, because inflation won't keep up with prices go up.
I just want to go back to the previous question that he asked. So if we buy 2 lots which can bury 4 people, the monthly payment that we are looking at is $185, right?
That is if the interest rate is 2.9.
Right, 185 today, okay. And if you are buying 1 lot which can bury two people, the monthly payment what we are looking at is 95.
Around, yeah. It shows around, I think it is 95, yeah.
Yeah, so $95.
95 is double decker.
Double
Yes.
which can,
It comes to about 70, 75, I think I'm paying that much, 70, 75.
It's going at 5,800 now, the price.
5,800.
No, I'm talking about a single thing.
that is 3,000.
Not double.
Yeah, I
See,
guess.
the difference is that, see, 5,800 we will be paying down payment of 10%. So less 580 divided by 12 divided by, that's how it is coming.
Okay, one thing, we say that we can transfer the land to somebody else. We can transfer the plans too, right?
Correct.
So if I have a plan plus the land, again when I transfer both to somebody.
You can transfer the cemetery, you can transfer the opening, closing and vault, and the funeral
So
package.
there are some contracts. So contracts we are transferring. to
Yes.
somebody. Okay, one more thing, since you are here, can you explain about our?
No, wait, can I go back? So there was some but, right? What was
Yeah,
that?
fine.
Everything.
I'm just bringing back to you about the travel insurance, which has an incentive, we are giving it out. When you travel out of the country or to India or anywhere, you're paying only $495. That is an insurance. It's not a trust fund.
That is
So
not
that's not transferable.
That person is.
Do you mind to explain that for general knowledge? What is that insurance? How
That, basically that insurance is if you go out of the state or you go to any part of the world, all over the world, you're paying only $495. If you want to bring a body back from India, it's costing you about $8,000. So here you're paying $495. And same likewise anywhere in the world or any state outside Houston, Texas, for $495 we bring you back. This happened to one family member who didn't purchase the insurance. His father went to California and passed away. He had to pay $5,000 to bring the body back, while you're paying only $495 here, and you don't have to worry of anything.
Now, 495 inside the country or even
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere else,
Mars is not
50
covered.
miles outside of,
That's something like if you are away 70 miles, almost 70 miles,
Yeah, out of the
you can be in Austin, Texas, anywhere 50 miles outside of the Houston metro, it covers it. It's a one-time $495. I bought mine 25 years ago, it was $295.
still not that.
It's still haven't
Still
used
not
it yet. and I did it because my father-in-law passed away, and it cost a lot of money. It's the first vacation he ever took outside of Texas, and he passed away, and it was expensive getting him back here. And all my family has it. It's well worth it. I hope I don't ever have to use it, but the odds are I don't plan on having a timeline when I'm going to use it. but I would like to travel a little bit. And if you go look at the Indian community, you're crazy not to do it because y'all travel a ton. And those are the people, and I don't have a percentage of how many times it happens, but I can tell you over the last 8 years, I know it's happened at least 9 times. 9 times with Indian families.
Okay.
Whether they go on a cruise or they're in Europe somewhere or they're in India, it doesn't really matter. It covers them.
So, Jose Uncle had a question, you know. So
Yeah.
the question is, let's say that Jose Uncle buys a cemetery lot today, okay, for him and his wife. But whatever happened, he didn't have to use it and he died, let's say, in India, he got buried there. So he is the purchaser. So what happens to that lot? How does he be able to transfer that to, you know, if he is
So
not
normally-
already, the purchaser is not there, what is the process involved to transfer that to somebody else?
We have what they call Texas decedent laws. Goes right down to the family, okay?
Family means, can you define the family?
Well, it starts off with wife
Uh-huh.
and then goes from there.
So they will own it.
Yeah.
Wife and children,
Yes.
you know, like that. Like any other asset.
Yeah.
Any other asset.
It's normally, when you purchase it, the wife's name is already there, if you bought it together. And the next of kin is the children, so they are the next beneficiaries after the husband and wife.
Usually in the contract there are 4 names
Yeah,
remaining.
yeah,
The person's wife and 2 kids or whoever you want.
yeah. You can
That's the
add
contract
that.
as well.
As long as we document and we remember.
It's like
keep it ready.
it's like a nominee what we are,
Yes.
yeah, what we are putting.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, a question for the benefit of the community. Say I decide to buy a spot. Do I have to come to the funeral home to sign the papers, or can it be done online?
Okay, first thing what we advise all the families, come and see the property. Once you like the property, you don't need to be there, we can do everything on your behalf. It's all e-document. You just have to give us the payment information and we will do everything for you. But without seeing the property, we don't advise because people, then later to change it, it's
No,
very
see, the
difficult.
thing is, seeing the property and making a decision are 2 different things, right? Like you see the property and then you talk to your family and then you decide, okay, I'll take it.
Then you don't have to come.
I don't have to come.
No, I can do it for
Okay, so
you.
you can.
We can take care of everything for you. Or we can come to your house and do it also.
Yes. We can do a form, decide what you want, as long as they know the property, then everything can be e-signed through DocuSign.
For the double decker, actually, one person is buried, and after how much time the second person can buried on the same spot?
With next day if they had to.
So it's not time limit.
So if by accident, if the wife and husband died, you can use the same house.
You just have,
Yeah, that means we need only one spot.
you can have one spot and 2 people, like I said.
At the same time, we can
Yeah, we can do that.
we can do it. Oh,
Because it's in the vault.
okay.
The casket is in the vault and it is sealed.
Okay.
So when the next person is buried, there's another vault and the next person is buried inside the second vault.
Okay.
We
Okay.
don't open the first vault.
Okay. Okay.
It's more delicate when you do a side-by-side burial, when it's one's today and another one's a week from now, because the ground's weaker and there's more chance of a collapse. on it.
Yeah.
So we have a tool that we go put down in there, and it's for the safety of our groundskeepers to be able to dig that, get everything set up, get the vault down in the ground, and we remove the sleeve so it doesn't collapse, and then we fill it back in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I belong to this community. Before we know the South Park in picture, 20 years before, we bought 10 plots in
Next time.
West End. Since we are heading towards this, we would like to come to this. So what advice you can give?
What we can advise you is, if you give us the information of best time of week, whoever's interested, we have a lot of other churches we work with, we can tell them to contact you, but we don't get involved in the sales or anything. It is entirely with you and that family or that person who you're dealing with. You can decide the rates and everything. That's it.
He's the guy which will do it over.
Oh yeah, so you can, that's what we can do. Normally what happens is they give it to the church only, a lot of the church members, they put it on the notice board that they have, because a lot of families have purchased there and they would be interested. But then it depends on the price, because now it's around 11,000 for a space there.
Yeah, I know, I paid a big amount
Yeah.
on this
Yeah.
20 years before.
Yeah.
But at that time, this was not in picture.
Okay.
So only I have to give the details.
Yeah, we can help you with the families.
That's
who
all,
are- yeah.
just
Yeah.
advise what you are.
But we don't get involved in
I know,
that.
if it works out,
And it may not
Another one will be
it may
this.
not be the Knanaya community, okay?
And that's
It
it.
may be one of the other
Orthodox.
Christian churches.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they have a lot of property.
Yeah, yeah.
And we can share that information with them, or you can, because we've done it a lot where we've had a lot of families that have sold to other family members. So it happens a lot.
I will contact
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
I know, Acha, there is Indian community has newspapers. They
Yeah.
put, yeah, they put.
There is a Malayalam
It used to come on the Facebook too sometimes.
I've heard people say that. Newspaper, they
Okay, but we should have that correct number plot.
Yeah, the plot number and the details you have to put, the garden and everything.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and you have to have your deed.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you have to sign what they call a lost affidavit. So it can get signed back over and they can fix all the paperwork up correctly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because some families did that. Like I said, they sold it there, they made a profit of 6,000 and they came and bought from you. So there are a lot of families that
Yeah, I
did
know
that.
I will make profit. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.